Down in Kentucky, a couple of people went to go get married, and the judge there said, "Verboten! I not do it." That's not quite what he said, but it was pretty close to that, actually. An atheist couple are claiming discrimination because the judge, Executive Hollis Alexander, he says, well, when I do my ceremony, I include God in my services, because I say, and God shall not render them to apart or whatever. A lot of people do that. A lot of judges don't really care. They say, hey, if you have your own vows, do your own vows. But this particular judge apparently forgot what the separation of church and state was. I guess he missed that class or just didn't know this thing or whatever. I don't know. But the FFRF had to spank him a little bit and say, hey, you can't do that. Apparently, somebody had called and talked to him, and he said, yeah, I'm not going to marry a secular couple. And I said, I'm going to flat out refuse to marry them if I can't say, God put you together because, my religious belief. And on that note, he's also a bigot as well because he will not perform same-sex ceremonies as well. Even though by law, he's supposed to be able to do that. I don't know if he can flat out refuse to do them. I don't know, but at least they have spoken to him and said, or at least sent him a letter saying that, if somebody comes in there and they're gay, you can't refuse them on this point because the letter reads from the FFRF. It says, as a government employee, you have a constitutional obligation to remain neutral on religious matters while acting in your official capacity. You have no right to impose your personal religious beliefs on people seeking to be married. Governments in this nation, include the Commonwealth of Kentucky, are secular. They do not have the power to impose religion on citizens. The bottom line is the law. There must be a secular option for people seeking to get married in Trigg County. If you are that secular option, the default ceremony offered by your office should be secular, and people wishing to add in religion should be able to do so upon request. Not the other way around, and certainly not to the exclusion of a secular option. So let's just say he's the only judge. I don't know how big this area is. Let's just say he's the only major judge that can perform a wedding. I don't know if it's all judges or just particular judges that can do this. But if he's the only judge and they say they don't want to get married in church, they want to get married in a courthouse, the courthouse is not a goddamn church.
No.
What are your thoughts, Connie?
Well, there must be something in the Kentucky bluegrass because, of course, this is not the same county. This is Tripp County, and they be tripping.
Yeah.
Last year, Rowan County Clerk Ken Davis was the one who refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples.
Yep.
And we also have there's a lot going on in Kentucky right now. The Ark encounter is there too. But back to the judge, I think he might have missed his calling in life. Maybe he would really rather be a preacher.
Yeah. If he wants
because that's the appropriate place for this.
Right.
And
if he wants to be a preacher, if he wants to preach his religion, he can go do it in a goddamn church. He's not going to do it in the courthouse.
No. He's treating this like a mandate.
Yeah.
And it's 10 miles wrong. And people I did see a comment said, well, then they can just go somewhere else to get married. And I'm like, why should they be inconvenienced having to go to another county to get married when this is the courthouse in the place where they reside? And maybe it's where they're I don't know. They picked this place. It shouldn't be a problem, but
right.
And this judge actually previously had run as a Democrat, and it's just been recently that he changed it to Republican because it fits more with his Christian views.
That sounds so familiar. Where did last person who ran as a Democrat then switched parties because it's met their views? Oh yeah, Kim Davis.
Yes. Yeah, because she's saved now. It doesn't matter that she was married 4 or 5 times and divorced and everything with her because
had an affair and
Jeebus
and married the second guy that she was married to the third time. I don't know that whole situation with her. I tried to map it out and my computer started to smoke. So I was like, whoa, take this off here, man. Dude, shoo, shoo.
I don't know. I guess I'm wondering what other, if we turn over a bunch of rocks on this judge, what will we find?
Yeah. Duck and Thug said he's a homophobe. He wouldn't go on a mandate. Mandate.
Bump.
Bump.
Thank you.
Yeah. I like I see what he did there.
He'd just give him a Christian side hug.
Yeah.
Go out and kill stuff.
Yeah. It just if you can't do your job, get the fuck out of the office. You don't belong there. You don't belong doing secular work. Because if you are putting your religion into your job, and you're in a secular job, you don't belong in that job. Period. I'm sorry, you just don't.
It's really hard to get these people out of office, though. I think because their base seems to be in the same mindset,
right.
So they're electing them in there. But
I've had this conversation with Christians back and forth over Google Plus, and I say, hey, when you walk into the office, you're supposed to leave your religion at the door. It's like, why can't he do that? He should be able to do that. It's like, no, it's a secular office. Do you not understand separation of church and state? That means your presumptions of what's going to happen inside there are not based on what you believe or don't believe. It should be, you should remain neutral. You go by what the law is, not what you believe based on your religion.
Separation of church and state is as much, if not, it's equally there to protect churches, to protect the religious people, so that the government's not poking their nose in and say, well, we don't like this religion because you're talking bad about us or whatever. That's why the Pilgrims came here.
Right.
They didn't agree with the Church of England, but anyway, so yeah, these people are.
What if a Muslim couple came in there and they said, hey, we want you to mention Allah? I don't know if they can do that. I don't know if Muslims can get married in a courthouse. I'm sure there's probably some that have.
They probably have to go to the local imam
Islam, or
exactly.
Temple or whatever.
Sorry, thank you. You saved me. I couldn't think of
that's
what
all right.
they would do.
They go in that building over there that says that's my religion. They can't, I don't know if there has been a Muslim couple that's tried to get married in a secular courthouse. I really don't know. Maybe it's happened. I would venture guess it has. I mean, all things being equal, in that instance, I imagine it would have to have happened at least at some point.
Well, after the last year between Kim Davis and now this and anything else, I'm when you hear the song "Old Kentucky Home," I'm assuming it's a home for people who have dementia and they just don't even know, anymore.
I always think of Bugs Bunny when I in that one where he goes from the north to the south.
Oh, yeah. That, all you have to say is, and I'm like, yes, I remember that one.
Did you like this segment of Packard Pokes At? If you did, please click here on the video to see more from this show. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the show. You can find our second podcast, The Atheist, the Bible, and No Wardrobe, on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Be sure to check those out.